Hi everyone, welcome back.
Hi guys.
We're joined today by someone I consider to be a hero, to be honest.
This is very exciting.
Absolutely.
It's Prin Lomros.
Prin, yay!
Hi.
Prin is someone whose fragrances we discovered and fell in love with. I'm trying to think, it wasn't actually that long ago, about a year and a half or something.
It's been really quick.
When we tried samples of Turkish leather and Mora and Ayatoya, and if you look back to our video of them, you can see our reaction that we were just absolutely blown.
And it's the first time we experienced goat in perfume.
Exactly, yeah.
I seem to remember,
but that was one of the things. So I saw that Prin had been up for one of the Art and Olfactory Awards, and so that's how I kind of heard the name Prin Lomros. Then I looked into it and I saw there were a few fragrances which included goat. So I thought, I've got to try it.
There are not enough goat-based fragrances.
There are not.
I think you've done us a good service there.
If we can just, you've got some new fragrances coming out, which I think we should talk about because I think they're really interesting. But before that, I think it'd be interesting to talk about how you got into perfume.
Yeah.
Because you didn't go straight into perfume, you went into film first.
Yes.
So.
I'm collecting the perfume first.
Okay.
And at some point, I'm collecting as many bottles. And I think that it's not enough for me. I have to do something about this.
Yeah.
I have to create something new.
Yeah. And
just from my art that I learned from film to tell a story into that fragrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's how it started.
But you went to France to study film, is that right?
No, that's for the film festival.
Oh, for the film festival, to kind of explore like the film festival, because a lot of your fragrances, some of them obviously, some of them not so obviously, kind of incorporate film. So and so then you decided you wanted to, pursue perfume. Like, so what was the next step?
It's for me that I start the perfume because I think it's kind of new way to narrative the story.
Okay, yeah.
People can spray it and have their own story. I can understand my story. Maybe not. Yeah. Maybe they can interpret their new story. It's kind of new way.
They might get it completely wrong. Like you might have one idea and we spray it and we think something completely different.
But it triggers your imagination, doesn't it? Which is the key to sort of transport you somewhere else, which is something we've always, I think, been big fans of.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And so, and then what happened? And then you just made perfume, and it was easy.
Maybe
masterpiece after masterpiece.
Yeah.
So, like training or
just a return training in a perfume company before.
Okay.
For a year.
Okay.
And I also study by myself. And then at some point, I built my brand.
Your brand?
Yeah.
Brands.
Amazing.
Brands.
Yes.
Multiple brands.
Brands.
Because that's so you have had kind of 3.
Right now, 3.
Yeah, 3. Or the ones, but you kind of got your almost kind of 3 levels. So there's kind of been strangers, which are the slightly more affordable, I guess we would say, and the Prissana, which are the real kind of luxury. And then you have had Prin Parfum, which is the first one.
That's what we smelled.
We tried Mora and Turkish leather and Ayatoya, which is now no longer, but it's going to become
the new one.
Prin Parfum with an I.
Yes.
Which is how you spell your name in the first place, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's exciting.
Because interestingly, Turkish leather, for me especially, was the first fragrance I fell in love with. And I've talked to a few people on Instagram and in the fragrance community, and they've fallen in love with Turkish leather. And they said, "Oh, where can I buy it?" And I've had to say, "Oh, sadly, I think it's going to be discontinued." But
it's going to come back.
Watch this space.
Just before this video, we smelt it in its new version.
It's bloody good, isn't it?
Yeah. Great.
But we're not going to say anything about it because it's a secret.
So we've got some of your new releases from Prissana, which is your, I guess it's your more kind of expensive, your more expensive brand, and you've got a few kind of all-natural fragrances. One of the things I think, one of the reasons we wanted to do a video on this is because lots of the ingredients I haven't heard of. There are lots of materials when I see the name, and I don't know what they are. But before that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about one of your releases from Strangers.
Yeah, I mean this is something special, isn't it?
So this is Sombre.
He knows.
Do you want to talk about this? Oh, should we spray it?
Ah!
Okay,
No, why not? I think we should
do
spray
you want
it.
to introduce this fragrance?
All right. Oh my God.
Shall I read the
Can I
notes?
tell you something tragedy before we start with this? When everyone comes in here on Sunday morning, they'll have no idea that we were spraying perfume up here, despite this lingering in the air.
Let me
They'll think
read
it
the
was all
notes
me.
list first. Champagne, rose,
Beautiful.
fig, mushroom, orris,
Oh, very nice.
Great.
mud, pus,
Oh.
nocturnal animals, vomit, rotten, sweat, mold. So why?
To be different.
I like that.
Just for to be different.
Just to be different.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe some people gonna enjoy it. They want something different than the ordinary perfume.
yeah.
The perfume should not be just floral, just rose or jasmine. Maybe some people have some other taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe some gonna enjoy it.
I mean, I think with even some of your early releases from Strangers, like Fume Peur,
Oh, that's good.
which is it's what's the film it's based on?
French New Wave.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so it kind of smelled of kind of burning cars and tires, and so that wasn't an obviously pretty fragrance. So I think we got a hint of that kind of cinematic
Yeah.
kind of style, which isn't necessarily beautiful, but I feel you kind of taken it to an extreme here. So
And the interesting thing is this is the more accessible range, so...
Don't spray on me! Don't spray on me! Oh my God!
it's interesting that even you say this. Joe, you haven't smelled it before.
Oh my
I
God!
only smelt it from the cab.
Oh my god, it smells.
I
like,
love the fact that the perfumer is horrified by his creation.
It really smells of farts and cheesy feet.
Oh my God!
I love it. I think it's beautiful. I love that. I think there's nothing wrong with that at all. I tell you what, it's all about reading ingredients for me. If you read that notes list and you smell it, you go, oh, to smell it straight off, smell it straight off the tester there. I'm just getting like a beautiful dark blue cheese. Something really metallic. What do you think there? Are you getting a nice metallic blue cheese?
Yeah, it
turn?
is very cheesy. I can also get this kind of like mushroomy, thick, orrisy, leathery, mushroomy kind of vibe.
With vomit.
Rotten meat.
Yeah. But you know what? We've all been sick from time to time.
Yeah.
For me, it smells like when you hang out in the pub and you're very drunk and you.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's got the smell of whatever fragrance you might be wearing, but the smell of what you've been drinking, like nice champagne or something.
Yes.
But there's something I can't help but be, maybe attracted is the wrong word, but interested in.
Sexy.
I think it's deeply animalic.
Yes. Anyway, let's put that to one side.
Am I going to buy it for my sister for Christmas? Probably not, but
I've put it away. Let's talk about something completely
put that
different.
inside a book of a composer I don't play anymore.
So, these are your new releases from Prissana. Can we start with the one that I wore today?
Thichila.
And so, how do you pronounce the name?
Thichila.
This is making me cough. So, am I right in saying this is your first use of oud?
Yes.
And it's natural
exciting.
Thai oud.
Natural Thai wood. I don't want to use oud because it's quite.
Dan's just gone off to be sick.
I'm fine.
There you go.
This will remedy the situation.
Oh, this is so different. I wore this today, and I've worn this a few
Oh,
times.
it's really beautiful.
So Thichila mean moon in Thai, but it's not the typical word that people gonna say. It's kind of in novel word. Yeah.
Okay. When I spoke to you earlier, I said what I liked about this is, on one hand, this feels like a rich, bold, natural smelling oud, but yet it doesn't it's not too animalic. It doesn't feel like I don't feel like I'm wearing a Hindi oud or something like that.
Nor is it too medicinal.
No, no.
It's sort of it really teeters in the middle there.
But it doesn't feel like it's not a kind of synthetic oud accord a la Tom Ford or something like that. You feel this rich, warm, beautiful wood. And the other thing I said to you is that I've worn this about 3 times and I've received compliments every time I've worn it. It's beautiful. Oh, this is so addictive.
A lovely smokiness as well, which is really appealing.
So can you talk me through, so there's one other main ingredient which when I read the list I didn't know what it was.
Wan Sao Long. It's a plant in Thailand, and in the ancients they use for blood potion. So if people plant this Wan Sao Long in front of their house and it blossom at night, and people gonna get rid of the flower, because if the people, the neighbor, walk around their house at night and smell this plant, they're gonna feel
the horny.
Yeah.
I can see why.
But I like the way you call it. It's moon. What's the name? Moon. Yeah. And it feels like it's definitely a kind of evening scent. It feels romantic and as if things
seducing.
are like seductive.
Yeah.
It's from very first spray. It feels warm and round.
And there's a nice kind of like a slightly spicy sandalwood thing going on here as well, with a lot of edge. It's not that creamy sandalwood. It's got some fizz and some. Is there sort of saffron going on here?
A little, just a little.
I really like that a lot.
But I feel, even though I said it's not necessarily an animalic oud. I feel there's a slightly animalic hum underneath. Again, like there's a warm kind of sensual feel. Is there a bit something green in it as well? Kind of some green warmth, or not? Maybe I'm making that up. But I get kind of this vegetal kind of like warmth as well.
I can still feel that. Smell the sombre.
I finished coughing though, so that's good.
I mean, it's really beautiful, and it feels very natural and very easy.
And I would say, if you've tried Prin's fragrance before, this feels just very Prin.
Yeah, totally.
And it's difficult to describe what exactly that means. It means slightly exotic. And not like most of the fragrances you've smelled before, but with a nod to classical.
Yeah.
That's how I would.
It's like classical structure filtered through a sort of Far East sort of a DNA that you can't replicate here.
But if you were someone who's maybe very interested in oud, but doesn't want anything too skanky and too farmyardy, but wants to feel that they're really wearing a good quality oud, I would
totally try.
I would check this out. And for those who are interested in sampling, so Bloom Perfume in London carry these, and they also sell. They sell.
Yeah, they do little 2 ml bottles, don't they?
Where else can people try them?
In Australia right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Australia.
What's the shop in Australia?
Oh my God, LKNU.
Okay. Good. We'll put a link down below as well. Okay.
Really beautiful.
Next,
Mohragot.
which is. No, that's not the one. Yeah, so this one. Okay, so it's called
Mohragot.
Mohragot, which means what?
Emerald.
Emerald. Okay. And so just so we know, these Prissana, these two are these eau de parfum or extrait?
Eau de parfum.
They're eau de parfum, and 30 ml, and they cost 180?
180 pounds.
180 pounds.
Absolute bloody bargain.
Wow. This is quite a big, well, marigold.
Marigold.
Marigold is one of the things I get straight.
It's like a varnish marigold.
Yeah. But I get this kind of woody, fougere, leafy, dry, leafy. It's quite an unusual fragrance.
I've not smelled anything like that.
Yeah.
The earthy one from the betel leaf, earthy spicy. You know the betel leaf?
I don't know betel leaf. What is betel leaf?
It's betel leaf.
See, this is one of the reasons that I asked Prin
This is so great.
if we could mention these, because there are so many ingredients. I looked at them, I was like, I don't know what that is.
It's very difficult to describe. Yeah.
It's a leaf of a plant.
Yes.
A leaf of a plant.
And we eat it with food.
Okay. It certainly feels kind of savoury. It's not kind of.
It feels slightly like a smoky tea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think there's a kind of definite kind of tea. But other like what's? So we've also got chalud bark. What's chalud bark? so some of the kind of.
It's a bark that smells a little like coumarin, like tonka bean.
Oh, okay. So
A little smoky, a little gourmand. Yeah.
and then pandan leaf.
Pandan leaf.
What's that?
Pandan.
What's pandan?
It's pandan coming
It's
down.
pandan.
Okay. I mean, there's kind of marigold. Basically, I kind of get marigold and incense. Then I get leafiness, some which is green, some which is dry like tea, and a bit of woodiness.
I get a very gentle varnish. Like when it's a bizarre thing. We're sitting on the organ here. Whenever I play a sort of brand new organ, there's that smell of the slightly new wood, new varnished wood.
Oh, it's so interesting.
Really addictive, isn't it?
I find it difficult
I can imagine smelling myself.
compared to things because it feels quite unlike.
It's a new blueprint, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really a new blueprint for something different.
It's food share, but
different.
different.
Yeah, but different. Amazing. Awesome. Right.
So good.
So the next four are all.
Natural, right?
So why have you chosen to do all natural?
Right now, I'm kind of into wearing all natural scent.
Okay.
And not too strong.
Yeah.
Lighter. Because in hot weather, it's more suitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was a bit surprised with, especially what's the blue one? Maruyama.
Maruyama.
See, I was a bit surprised that in wearing these all natural, that some of them, especially Maruyama, were quite big in performance.
Yes.
Which is one of the things which we expect with natural perfumes is they smell beautiful, but they perhaps don't.
They don't perform. Yeah. But this is Prin, of course.
Okay.
So we have to expect.
Okay.
Big performance.
Okay. So which one?
Tom yum.
Yum.
So is this the one which is like a soup?
Thai soup, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Thai sweet and not sweet. It's sour and spice soup. There you go.
Absolutely. So what is the citrus? Is it yuzu?
Kaffir lam
Oh right. Okay.
and lamb.
Yeah.
Lemon.
Yeah. So is there lemongrass or?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so there's kind of lime and lemongrass and spice. We're still suffering from the sombre.
Shit.
I need to drink. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pause.
Because it's somber.
Okay, so Prin has just recovered from poisoning himself.
Sorry.
Okay, tom yum. All the ingredients from tom yum soup. Lemongrass, kaffir lamb, and galangal, basil.
I don't know what that is. Oh, basil, yeah, I got basil, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get that as aniseedy quality. But it's amazing that I feel that there's a kind of familiar citrusy top.
Yeah.
A little
Which is
herbal, a little spicy.
Yeah. But when I wore this, because I wore this on skin, it felt quite savoury. It didn't, I mean, you would think citrusy could maybe go like a citrus sweet, whereas this felt, yeah.
That must be the
savoury.
lime as well, just taking it slightly in that bitter direction. But I get a mushroom thing here. Well, not mushroom, but like an earthiness
Yeah.
behind the citrus.
There's an earth in it there. From chalud bark.
Yeah.
It's quite
Like smoked
deceptive.
bergamot.
And I found a lot of
It's bigger than
I
it
found
seems,
with
isn't
all four of these were quite deceptive. I expect them to be light, pretty, citrusy things, where
No.
they're all quite. There's
Strong.
something unusual, unexpected to all of them. I find this quite savoury. A savoury citrus. Okay, what is next?
This is fantastic.
Tiwa.
I'm so excited by this.
Tiwa. So these are Thai names, is that
Thai
right?
name, yes.
Okay, so what does this mean?
Daytime.
Okay.
It's a perfume for
Thank you.
daily life in Thailand, in countryside. It smells like very countryside.
Flowers.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
walking through.
Citrus, flower, herb,
Yeah.
and wood.
This is so uplifting. This is very, very happy making.
It really is, isn't it? This takes me to Arun Sawat a little bit.
Oh,
Different, but the same beautiful, bright, happy.
Same concept.
Yeah.
This is like a very, very bright spring day. Like really uplifting, like it feels like walking through some kind of garden.
Very realistic. Very facially realistic.
Oh, it's very...
But then it's got enough body behind it, you can tell already, enough body behind it that you could wear this on a cool day and be transported back to nicer
It'd be
climes.
really nice, especially on a day like this in London when it's dark and rainy. It feels
Perfect.
uplifting.
And a little soapy there.
Yeah.
A little bit. Again, but if we refer to it as a kind of like a light kind of floral, it doesn't... I can't think of other light floral fragrances. It feels quite...
It doesn't do it justice, does it?
Yeah. And but what is the kind of what gives the kind of brightness to it? There's a bit of brightness.
Citrus, tangerine.
Oh, tangerine.
Yeah.
It's so uplifting.
Really lovely.
Oh.
But again, it's got the greenness of a vintage fougere as well. Like a not the same, but like a Rive Gauche.
The
Sort of
deep material. Finger root.
So what is finger root?
What is finger root?
Finger root. It's spice. It's herb.
Oh, okay.
That's not the herb. Spice. Yeah.
Okay.
Used in Thai cuisine.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There are so many things here which maybe you think are kind of...
Guava leaf.
What's Kananga?
It's the same like a yang rang,
Okay.
but more.
Okay.
It's a little different. Yeah.
And holy basil. What's the difference between holy basil and normal basil?
It's Thai basil.
Okay, Thai basil.
Yeah.
The thing is, a lot of ingredients are used in cookery, but actually in perfumery work beautifully. Herbaceous. This is the one thing I get from all of these. They're wonderfully herbaceous.
It feels a little bit more herbaceous now. When I opened it, I say opened because it feels like we're opening something.
Yeah, it
but when
really
we
does.
first sprayed it, it felt quite delicate, and now it's becoming a little bit more herbal, aniseedy, almost slightly kind of medicinal. It's got more edge and more body.
And I get again this lovely thing. I was talking to these guys earlier about Durham Cathedral choir stalls after they'd had a polish.
Wood polish, yeah.
There's a lovely wood polish thing going on here, and I love that smell of pledge. Like it reminds me of Sundays when my mother would like polish the beautiful oak
Yeah,
table.
before people came in to visit.
It's got that sort of thing about it. I love it.
Beautiful. What's next?
Very, very beautiful. I know what I want for Christmas.
Natsumeku.
So these are Japanese names, Japanese
Yes,
inspired?
These two, Tom Yam and Tiwa, Thai inspired.
Okay.
So another two inspired by Japanese.
Okay.
Natsumeku is early summer in Japan.
I've never been to Japan.
I have. It's amazing.
I need
It's
to go.
amazing. Summer.
I need
I
to
went there for
find
New
find
Year
the time.
and it was very cold and really, really beautiful.
Should be in summer. So it's useful.
I feel I mean
Camphor.
I feel spring again. I feel spring. The sun has come up. Flowers are out.
Yeah.
Uplifting. Oh yeah. This is.
Very, very effervescent.
We've said in lots of videos that I often don't like citrus because
No,
I find
same
it brash
here.
and boring. Whereas there's something about the citrus. Maybe it's yuzu that feels so kind of rounded.
This is a masterclass in how to do citrus and make it interesting. This is brilliant. This is the kind of thing that we really crave. And like a glossy paint thing again. I've had that a few times in perfumes. This is sort of painty accord. I don't know what that is.
So what else is in here? I just kind of gonna get yuzu-y citrus and kind of like.
The rosemary in there.
Let me check. Lavender, not rosemary.
Oh, lavender. Yeah.
Lavender. Yes,
Really,
camphor.
I don't smell lavender. Maybe a little bit of camphor.
There's a little bit. Yeah. And hinoki.
Oh
Hinoki.
yes, lucky one. Yeah. This is so kind of
Really beautiful.
calming and meditative. And
Really Japan.
It does
Yeah.
feel like something that you would smoke and meditate to, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've never done that actually. I might try one day.
Yeah, you should do it.
And very creamy as well.
Even from first
Wonderfully
spray,
creamy.
you feel like you've gone into this kind of this kind of rich kind of thick. It doesn't feel like you've gone into top notes. It feels like you've been wearing it for an hour or two.
Do you know what's wonderful as well about this hobby of ours? For you, it's more than a hobby. It's a love and passion.
It's a job.
But you know, the fact that we're smelling these on paper strips and they're already exciting and giving us all sorts of things, and that's before you even put them on skin, which opens up a whole load of other new dimensions. I mean, it's a fascinating thing, and these could all change completely, couldn't they?
Amazing. Oh, it's so lovely.
And some tea aspect again.
Can I just say as well, it's something which reminds me of when I first smelt your fragrances, something I thought about as I look down and see these bottles. So these are, I wouldn't say they're particularly cheap fragrances, you know, they're quite a lot of money, but the bottles are quite simple, the presentation is quite simple and elegant. You're not getting any big crystals or diamonds and great big packaging.
We want diamonds.
No, I don't want to.
You know, the money goes on these ingredients. The ingredients, you know, you keep seeing us saying, what is this? I don't know what this is. This is so they're not just bog standard lemon, ISOE super, and cedarwood. No, these are. It's just about what's in the bottle. These are not luxury items. These are
It's for
perfume lovers. Perfume.
And the amount as well, 30 ml. It's a great amount for people who are collectors.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's absolutely wonderful. We don't need 100 ml of anything these days.
Oh, that's so elegant. This,
really beautiful. It does feel like you're traveling across the world as well. It doesn't feel like something that's been filtered.
They are unlike. I think they are quite unlike your fragrances. It's funny that I know we started with Sombre, which is this.
Why did we do that again?
But this is so far from that wham bam in your face. This is so understated and sophisticated.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely gorgeous. The fact that you can do both of these is incredible.
Okay.
What else do we have?
Last one.
The last one.
This is one which I found when I wore.
This is
really
fascinating colour as well.
See the colour?
Amazing
Look at
blue.
that.
Yeah, it'd be probably better if you come back. But it's this amazing, extraordinary blue colour, which is blue chamomile. Is that right?
Blue chamomile, yep. And yellow oil.
So chamomile comes up. I've smelled chamomile in a few fragrances, and so you always expect something really sedate, whereas this is quite big and punchy.
Oh, do you know, I love that so much.
Yeah, there's a real, like, quite intense spiciness to this, but in a very savoury way. It doesn't feel oriental in a traditional. You know, when we say oriental, we mean kind of like spicy, saffrony. It's not like this. It feels very savoury again.
This takes me back to being a little boy, and I used to have these football sticker albums. And I don't know whether it was the smell of the resin or the glue on the back of the stickers, and the paper and the magazine paper. Had this, and I don't know what it was, but I love it. It brings back such a happy memory. I would sit in my room for hours making sticker albums.
But there's a kind of like a spicy, seedy, like a seedy kind of spicy, warm nuttiness.
Is there some carrot seed or something like that?
Yes, that is.
There's carrot.
And orange butter.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my God.
It's really, I mean,
So different.
it's quite unusual.
Yeah.
I don't really feel I've smelt any fragrances like this. I mean, obviously we said Sombre was unusual bad, but this is unusual that I think in Western perfumery you don't smell many things like this.
No. I think it's got this lovely earthiness again. That in my head I want to say is mushroom, but it's not mushroom. But
Vetiver.
there's an earthiness there.
Vetiver?
Vetiver.
Really? I don't get vetiver yet, maybe because there's so many other things going on.
I find that really addictive.
Really interesting.
And actually very soothing. I mean, the chamomile thing, I do get the chamomile, and I find it. I find that a really nocturnal sort of fragrance. It's something. That
I think it's fair to say all of these four natural fragrances, they all have us, to me, especially kind of smelling them like this, they all feel slightly kind of meditative, slightly kind of thoughtful. They all feel quite chilled out. But that's not to say they're necessarily very light, because this feels
quite strong.
Yeah. I was surprised with how strong this kind of felt.
Stunning.
But I do want to say, of the ones I've tried, and especially the ones I've tried on skin. How do I say it? Thichila. Thichila.
This is the oud one.
This is the oud. I found utterly beautiful, really, really addictive. And you're describing it as the so the Wasong Long?
王小龙.
Yes. As a kind of it's
Love potion.
aphrodisiac. It's like it's an aphrodisiac.
Yes.
We all love those.
It's really sensual.
I think it's a beautiful collection. An absolute triumph.
Really, really interesting. Can we talk about some of the other things we smell?
Yeah.
Which you've got coming up. So as we alluded to at the beginning, Prin Parfums, which is the house we originally encountered, which released Mora and Turkish Leather and Ayatoya.
Axum.
So that is no more, but there is the new house of Prin Parfums with an I. So in which you're
Just Prin.
Just Prin, just P-R-I-N. So in which you're re-releasing Turkish Leather, which we just smelt, which I think we can say starts a little bit brighter and kind of physio and energetic, but then kind of turned into the same kind of thing which is the one I fell in love with. But then there were two other fragrances as well. One which is the most incredible deer musk, synthetic. I can't believe it's synthetic.
Miriga?
What's it called?
Miga.
Yeah. How do I spell it?
M-R-I-G-A.
Okay. And it's this rich, sweet,
Absolutely gorgeous.
almost inky kind of like amazing kind of deer musk. And what was the incensey green?
I will take bottle.
So here we are back now. Prin has actually got these new fragrances, which are not released until February. So this is your Turkish Leather. So actually,
No, with no new name, new title.
It's called.
Oh, new title.
Maybe I change it later.
Okay, yeah. So it's Turkish Leather.
I think that's a terrible title. Maybe I'll change it later. I don't know.
So when you smell it off the card, it smells brighter and lighter. But we've been smelling it earlier, and it eventually turns into this thick, rich, comforting, wintry Turkish Leather, which is the one I originally fell in love with.
Yeah, it's slightly less of the sort of stewed date in the opening. It's slightly like a fresher date.
Yeah.
Is it Lucum?
Lucum, yeah.
Lucum date. I find this such an incredible, beautiful thing.
Amazing. But these other two are ones which really excite me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely my
So this is Aran.
Aran, yes.
Now, what does Aran mean again?
Forest.
Forest.
Look at the color.
And it's so green. If we kind of like rotate it as well.
What are you doing to us, Prin?
It's
what
so dark green.
Yes.
Bit of incensey.
And goat hair.
On goat hair, yeah, which is what first attracted me to this house. Which I found, in my first encounter with goat hair, it's quite a kind of sensual animalic.
Yeah, and that wasn't even a
warm.
perfume. Sorry.
That was pre-video.
That is really stunning. That's really something.
This is really exciting.
And paint, again, I keep coming back to paint. There's something in perfume, I don't know what it is, but it gives me like a new paint thing, this fresh, like gloss.
Oh, this is really exciting. I love this.
And
I love the incense, the
medicinal streak running through.
This is very, very Prin.
Absolutely.
For me, this is kind of what Prin.
But the Prissana one's not me.
I don't know.
They're all Prin. They're all Prin.
But if I had to describe to someone,
My signature.
what Prin smells like.
Yeah.
And can we smell the
Mika.
the musk?
Yes. So
I'm totally in love with this. Thank you.
this is a Mika. It's Sanskrit for deer musk.
Very vintage for me.
Well, I just can't. I'm sorry for mentioning this because I did mention it before to Prin, but one of the fragrances it reminded me of was Siberian Musk by Arige Ladore. But I can't believe that a synthetic musk can smell this rich. For people, I think there are a lot of vintage fragrance lovers out there who are attracted when they see a fragrance has real deer musk. They think, "Oh wow, can't wait to try it." But there are people who think, "Well, I'm not sure about how ethical deer musk is." And then people say, "Oh, well, you can't recreate it." This is an example of, wow.
That to me, that smells like a turn of the 20th century. Not the same, but Guerlain. That beautiful animalic nitro musk elegance that I can only imagine what that smells like. But
This is amazing.
if you said to me that was vintage Jiki or something, I would believe you. I mean, absolutely beautiful.
This is really exciting. Wow. So there is a
February and
February.
yeah,
Or March.
And
that's
also,
part of Prissana. No, this is Prin with an I.
Yes.
and also you've got, I don't know if we can talk about 2 releases for quite a well-known
Brand. Yeah.
brand. Can we mention it or not?
Yes.
Yeah. So for
Zoologist.
the House of Zoologist, I don't know if we can.
Should we not say the name?
Let's not say the name. But there's one which has been discontinued, which you have done in your own way, and there is a new animal which you've done.
Yeah.
And especially the new animal, I think is very Prin. Whatever that means.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The short-spined Peruvian mongoose is my favourite animal. I'm looking forward to it.
Anyway.
I mean, my mind, to be honest, is completely blown away now. I've lost the power of speech.
There are lots of very exciting things to look forward to, and we'll write some of the details in the description below. But thank you so much,
Make sure you're still here,
for
Feb.
coming and sharing all
Yeah,
these
it's been fantastic.
lights with us.
It's not every day that we get a real wonder like you in the Organ Loft to chat. But it's a real privilege for us.
Great. Until next time,
We're going to go and have a bottle of wine and do some smoking.
happy sniffing.
Receiving.